Alright guys, for this video, I thought I'd start a discussion about bodybuilding and how I think it is the weirdest sport there is. And I don't know if weird is the best word for it, but it's multi-faceted. Facets. There's a lot of facets to it. A lot of levels, a lot of subjects, a lot of I'm missing a word here. Maybe you guys can help me comment below for the word I'm missing. But what I mean is that, okay, let's just start talking about it. For example, there's a science part of it, where it's all about creating an anabolic state in the body, right? With the food and all that stuff, the supplements and what it does in the body, and recovery and just nutrient timing, macros, all that stuff. It's like all the science part of it, and also this, the supplements, also a big part of it. And yeah, so we get also the blood work, try to get healthy. It's like a lot of science, right? And at the same time, there is just the physical part of it. So there's a science where we use our brain, we just try to figure out, there's like a science behind it. And then there's also the part where you're in the gym, where you're just working out. Simple as that. You're spreading energy, you're hitting the muscle hard to break it down so it rebuilds bigger and stronger. That's what bodybuilding is. And so there's that part of it. Science, physical effort, exercise, and then art. There's the artistic part of it, where it's like we're an artist, a painter, and our canvas is our body. So for example, if I pose and I find, I don't have enough lats on the front lat spread, I'm gonna go take the paintbrush, which are the dumbbells and the barbells, and hit the lats really hard, so make them grow to balance everything out. So, and also in the art part of it, there's the art of showing the body, performance, like when you perform the art, it's like a theatrical almost, and so yeah, so far we got science, we got the exercise part of it, we got the art part of it, and we got the food part of it also, where food is I think it's the sport where food is the most important, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And being a bodybuilder, what makes a difference between a real bodybuilder and somebody who just works out in the gym is what he's going to do the rest of the day. If he's just living a normal life the rest of the day, he's not a bodybuilder. He's not a competitive one. But if his focus is all the meals, the food, and all that stuff, he's a real bodybuilder. Science, exercise, art, food part of it, and you're maybe like you're cooking your own food, right? You're like a chef almost. And another aspect is that's pretty crazy. I think it's the only sport where all year, every day except show day, you're in the gym, you're pushing yourself. It's a very physical effort. You're in a calorie deficit during prep. It's miserable. It's like a performance. You're performing in a calorie deficit. Name another sport where you do that. Maybe except if you gotta make weight for fighting or boxing. But in really like hardcore calorie deficit, your body thinks it's dying, it's in like survival mode, you're starving, and you keep pushing. And it's crazy like that. And then the day of the show, it's all your hand. Like you control everything. You control what you eat, you control your reps, you control your training, you control what you take. And then the day of the show, you pose, and then it's off to the judges. It's off to somebody else. So it's a performance sport. Pretty much you're training every day hardcore in the gym, and then on the day of the show, it's like a beauty pageant contest. That's weird, right? So let's recap a little bit. We got science, we got the physical effort, we got the art, we got the food part, we got the fact that it's like a beauty pageant contest the day of the show, physical efforts the rest of the year. And to make things even weirder, I think it's the only sport that the results you get from it might arouse somebody else sexually. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys and girls, they look like a muscular body, and they're going to be turned on by it. But that's not, that's not why we compete. But it's like a side effect from it. Because we use the human body to do our sport and how it looks to do our sport, it's going to turn some people on because people are turned on by the looks of things, right? Not only by the looks of things, but it's a big part of it. The first look is, wow, this person turns me on because of how he or she looks. Well, a lot of people like the big muscles. So then again, I think it's the only sport that the results you get from it is going to turn on somebody else. Pretty weird. And then there's also like the weird like muscle worship fucking thing that's like in the sport, because I mean, if you're a gay guy and what turns you on is like big buff young muscle dudes, I mean, where else are you gonna find them? I mean, can't blame them. I mean, they're pretty gross sometimes, but with the message that we get as competitive bodybuilders, they're pretty gross. But it's not because they're gay or they're muscle worshippers. It's because they're dudes. Dudes are gross in general. If you're a woman, you know that by now, since you're a teenager probably. Dudes are gross. They're gonna be straightforward. They're gonna fucking slide in your DMs. They're just gonna be dudes. And because some dudes are gay, those gay guys, they like the other guys, and as the other guys, you're gonna see that dudes are gross. So it's part of life. We're gonna accept that, move on, fucking block them, and move on with your day. So yes, so bodybuilding, science, art, physical exercise, beauty pageant that they have, like judging contest they have to show. There's a sexual part of it that somehow it's inserted there, and also bodybuilding is the only sport where you walk around showing your results without purpose. I mean, like without you wanting it. So let's say if I go to a grocery store, I'm wearing a tank top, people will be like, holy shit, look at that guy. So it's the only sport where you walk around with your results all the time. You understand? Because for example, if you see a NASCAR driver, like I don't know NASCAR, but I'm pretty sure if I would see the best NASCAR driver in the world, he looks like a normal person to me. Like I don't know. But if I look like the strongest man in the world or the best bodybuilder in the world, like something's up with that guy, right? 23 inches arms and stuff. So people notice the bodybuilders. People notice the people who lift weights for competitions. So yeah, I don't know. It's the only sport you walk around and people are like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? Like, why is he so jacked? You understand? And yeah, because you'll never notice a tennis player, you'll never notice a NASCAR driver, you'll never notice a poker player, you'll never notice I don't know, even a ski person. Well, he's in shape, but you'll never guess it's skiing. So there's that also. What else? What makes the sport weird is that performance is all how good you're a bodybuilder is how good you look. It's all about your image. And but to get there, especially at the end when you start to be in a really calorie deficit, it's all in the mind. So this is a big discipline and mental game in bodybuilding. I mean, I know I played hockey before, and I know that a lot of hockey players, it's just they show up to practice and they just have pure talent, and they just like. And then the rest of the week, they just go out, eat McDonald's, and they drink. There's not a lot, for the most part of what I heard, maybe there is, but there's not a lot of big discipline outside of the ice rink. For bodybuilding, if you're not disciplined outside the gym, it's done. You're not gonna go far. So most of at least 50% or more at some point is gonna be all in the mind. Is how much can you take? How much are you willing to endure to reach your goals? And bodybuilding is a great example of that, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's a lot of different aspects of bodybuilding. Like in other sports, you're not gonna see that. If you look at baseball, you just like you play baseball during the game. The rest of the time, you don't play baseball. So then again, I think bodybuilding as a unique quality or distinction that it's a sport you play 24/7. Anything you do during the day, or even during the night when you sleep, how much you sleep, how good you sleep, is going to impact your results. So it's a game, it's a sport you play 24/7. I think it's the only one like that. Correct me if I'm wrong again. I want to start a discussion because it's pretty interesting. It's not even study anymore. Another unique characteristic for bodybuilding is that you're going to have the pre-contest season and the off season, and then you look at the same person. They're going to look very different pre-contest and off season. In other sports, somebody like there's going to be like differences. There'll be maybe like in gymnastics, there's like an off season or not. I don't know. Maybe in strongman there is, but in bodybuilding, you go from being super shredded to like being like more like chunky, I guess. And especially the girls. Some of the girls, you see them, they're like pre-contest, like wow, amazing. Then you see them off season, you're like, oh, what happened? Oh, and to finish this little video, I'm gonna talk to you about a funny story. Me and my friend Justin Huey, we were like pretty much naked, well, almost naked, in the shower. Last year before the Toronto Pro Show, he was doing the amateurs, I was doing the pros, and we were both in the shower, and I was shaving his back, you know, because you gotta be shaven on stage, because if you have hair, the muscles don't show as well. Of course, you know that by now. But yeah, I was in the shower with another dude shaving his back, and I told him, I said, hey Justin, what other fucking sport you're gonna end up in the preparation shaving your buddy's back almost naked in the shower? I mean, word sport, right? And then there's a part where you get pro tan. I'm like naked in front of a lady there, just like she's spray tanning me. I'm like, what kind of weird sport is this? Every time I do the tanning, I always think that. But yeah, also if you think of other reasons why bodybuilding is the weirdest sport there is, comment below. I want to hear about it, and maybe I could make another video to continue this conversation. I think it's pretty interesting, and yes, I think bodybuilding is the weirdest sport there is, but that's why I love it, and that's why I'm doing it. Why? Because normal sucks. Subscribe to the channel, comment below, see you later.